Hello, hello. This is Mirior, back with another game of Poxnora. And today I am playing against Quouar, who is running full faction Iron Fist Stronghold, and who, full disclosure, I know in real life, although I did not know that she would be in the ranked queue at the same time I am, so let's see how this game goes. Alright. Quouar is starting out with a Dwarven Engineer, which is my boost construct, build them tough. Alright, so this is almost certainly a construct deck. I'm running, as with the last couple of videos, my Dread deck, which is... it's been fun to play, it's been fun to get back into the game with. I know Dread has somewhat of a reputation for being a boogeyman deck, a deck that people hate playing against, and I get where that's coming from. Absolutely. I'm glad it exists in the game though. I like when games have more control strategies available, and Dread is absolutely a control strategy. I'm also not going full commitment to Dread stacking in this deck. I'm more focused on Fear synergies than Misoriented Fear is part of a Dread stack as well, minus 3 damage. It all adds up. But we will see. Let's see. The second champ the Quouar has put out is a Magnetic Rover, which is... alright, equipments are dangerous, keep that in mind. 2 champs of 0 damage. This is a slow start. I'm not going to feeling much pressure. Part of why I started the Angel. The Angel excels in slow games and big maps. It's not the best map for the Angel, but so far not much has been put out that really threatens her. Let's see, for my second champ. Let's see, oh, I'm 1 Nora short of being able to deploy Eldrick. That's okay. I'm thinking... I want something melee to be able to hold that font. I'm gonna go Defiler Knight. Alright. So yeah, my game plan, I'm usually trying to set up, I focus more on fear and psychological warfare and the damage buffs off of that than I do on just trying to get damage stats to 0, because getting damage stats to 0 does not win a game. It can be difficult to deal with, it makes it harder for the other person to stop you from winning a game. But I do actually have to be able to kill things. And damage stats are high enough, and ways to do damage without using a damage stat are frequent enough that if my entire game plan is just reduce damage stats, I'll lose more games than I win. Alright, first champ with full attack stat, while attacking Needle Wing. Weak to melee, okay. Range champ. Violence charge, and use a charge to do multi-attacks, a blast, okay. You're also going to be giving out equipments. Alright, interesting, interesting. Oh, let me grab second font. And I do want to move in to this mid font. Quouar is in position to also move in, and I don't want the Angel to have to be trying to hold it by herself. But I do want to force my opponent to have to move in. So I'm thinking ahead to future deploys, looking at what the threat is right now on the board, what the threats are. Dwarven Engineer. Okay, Clone Relic. You can steal my relics. Got it. Be mindful of that. So putting out as a summon ability. How did you get a Pile Driver right there? Is that a one-time thing? Is that... Okay, so this is summon. Oh, right. You don't have an attack. Your first ability is that summoning. Okay. All right. Young Pile Driver, multi-attack, Fury. So you are not a threat now, but if I leave you alone, you become a threat. You are mirrored. That's good to know. Slam, Force Barrier. Slam on a melee champ is awkward because as you hit something, it moves away from where you can hit it. But with Force Barrier, it becomes actually a much more frightening damage buff. So, let's see. If I move up and attack, I am still. You'll get one hit in. You'll get one hit counterattack. One counterattack in the Needle Wing. Needle Wing is debuffed, and the Rover will be able to charge Chain Lightning. That's also one hit, and it's a cooldown 3 ability. The Pile Driver, most importantly, still won't be able to actually get into contest or into engagement range, so backing away will be relatively easy. I took damage there. Oh, you have Reflection. Okay, that's nice. Can't quite get in range for a Howling attack, just moving it for our next turn. And making sure to stay cat a corner, just to be in good habit since we have a knockback going on. Let's see. And I think I'm going to call it there. I put out the Bone Wing for my third champ. There is a lot of multiple melee champs down at the moment now. So the elusive is not quite as good as it could be. There's the equip coming in. And there's Magnetic Pulse coming in. The Rover is going to be a problem. Anyways though, what I was saying, I put the Bone Wing out. Partly to cause problems for the Needle Wing, mostly because I want to get physical damage down to deal with this Golem and Mirrored, and I don't actually have that much physical damage in this battle group. There's Pounce on Hoarfrost Dragon, but Pounce on 2v2s is pretty buggy. I don't want to be relying on that to actually work. General Corsian, I'm running him. He has a physical attack, but he's not revealed yet. Would love to get him out on the board. Got the Defiler Knight out already. The Angel of Death can use Corruption to get loss of life to go through Mirrored, but that is 5 hit points. It's not something I want to be doing continuously. Alright. Let's just start planning my next turn. Or has to leave something in the font. That Needle Wing, I think it can die. Let's see, it's got 0 defense. 0 defense, 1 ring of tough, okay. Tough, loss of life goes through tough, so she corruptions. That will be 2 9 damage hits. And then you can hit with a 12 damage hit. That's not quite enough. Scouring Jasper would be a kill, but it also gives Engineer the ability to Jasper, and Jasper is something I don't want used against me. I also have Anathema, which is my opponent's Iron Strongholds that will be half damage, would still be enough. Can I get you out of Magnetic Pulse range and still hit? Yes, but not in double tap. Right, if I don't have the kill, then I don't want to charge in. I want to get the Angel back to safety. think I do have the kill, actually. 15. Yep. Alright. So, we're going to do this in 2 steps. General caution, more physical damage out, unspeakable. Defiler Knight closes in to melee. Start by hitting Angel of Death. Do I need you to use to get around? Alright, yeah, for the math to work out, I do need you to use Corruption. Which means this is going to hurt. No, that gets around Reflection as well. Perfect. And then this should be exactly a kill. Oh yeah, defenseless. I had defenseless. I did not need all this. Take the Nora Globe. You fall back. That should be good. Move you up more to make sure your Dread is covering things. And yes, I think that's a good turn. Now let's see what the counterattack is. Crystal Golem is the biggest threat on... Oh, okay, what are you? A Lucky Bolter. You are also... Oh, you're making relics, okay. Ignoring defense. Ooh, that's good for dealing with the Knight, who can be a very high defense champion, especially when Scorpion gets in. Crystal Golem did not strike. Did not do knockback. What happened there? Did not do any damage because between Frightened and Double Dread, you're down to 2 damage. And without damage, the slam doesn't trigger. Alright, there's a Silver Clan Protector. Getting magic damage through Vaporize. Alright. The Angel of Death's about to intensify. I don't think there's a way for Quouar to get to it before that happens. Intensification, she's still going to be moving up there. Moving past the Defiler Knight because it's incorporeal. And moving up here to be able to keep the Angel from hitting other champions. Oh, hey, that's this is working. Alright. Alright. And she's also keeping her careless because of Magnetic Pulse and because of the equipment that she's been given. This is working pretty well for dealing with her. Alright. 46 hit points. How are you at 46 hit points? Is this something that Intensify that does more healing than I keep in mind? I mean, it must be. I'm happy about it. I'll take it. Let's see. What can I do to cause problems? Okay. Well, best way to cause problems is to kill things. And right now... kill that. Give her action points. She's going to... Oh, you only trigger on real champs. Yes, okay. So I wasn't going to get a summon off of that. Which is fine. Back off. Hit him. And I'm not going to be able to get out of Magnetic Pulse range. But I do want to... Actually, I think I'm happiest right where I am, because that way Chain Lightning isn't going to cause issues there. Want another champ out, and I'm going to go for... Alright. So I don't have to. I was deciding there between, do I want to get Unspeakable and One Dread out, or do I want to start getting summoning spam? Because that's now I've got 2 champions out, that whenever a real champion is destroyed, it gets me a summon. Doesn't need to be real champions, but I should be able to start getting kills on those again pretty quickly. The Rover is vulnerable, especially if he uses it for slam, which is a thing he could do, although I'm running 5 defense because I'm in Frightful Aura's range. Should have moved them 1 closer to get the Battle Master as well, but Defiler Knight gets scary tanky, which is why Strike here is a good way, is a very good first attack, but that's only going to be you. Alright, and now I've learned that Chain Lightning does not go through Elusive. That's a mistake on Quouar's part. Wasn't sure how that interaction would play out. Now I know it plays out the way I want it to. Which means it would have been a better play to hit the Corsian, chain over, and chain into Bone Ring. I am pretty sure that spillover damage would work. Alright, yep, there's a strike. That does go straight through that nice defense. And there's magical attacks coming in. Just the one, okay. The Knight is... oh, that Silver Clan Protector is nasty. Protective, that's what's going on. So yeah, that's a high damage. That's high damage and precision, so that can hit through the Bone Wing as well. Okay, that is a threat that needs to be dealt with. But first, on the subject of threats that need to be dealt with, down to 12. Doing the math of what's the most efficient way to kill you, and the most efficient way to kill you is back off of the Knight. Let that play out nicely. I love that summon placement. That is exactly where I wanted it to be. Although it does make the vulnerable to being slammed. She grabs the globe. Restless Soul is in place there. Where do I want? You to back off 1 space. I want to get out. Let's see. Can I get a negative equip onto this Silver Clan? Because equips are now safe to play. The Magnetic Pulse is no longer a problem. Don't have Cursed Blade revealed. Oh, it's out of range anyways. Okay, so that's not a feasible option. Let's instead focus on... more champs out. More champs are difficult for my opponent to deal with. Could have done more of the Angel. The Burr is painful. Oh boy, Silver Clan Protector now has its own equipment, the Heavy Crossbow, which means I can't put a negative equipment on it, which is my main way of debuffing things. So this is now by far the top threat on this board. I also think that a Defiler Knight might be... still no damage on the slam. Oh, definitely should have hit with the Volta first. I am so glad it was only 1 attack. Magic Blast was not planned for. And okay, that's the summon dealt with. Which honestly, the Gravebind summons, or the Bone Wing summons, soaking up attacks is the best thing they can do for their distraction. Eldritch summons, these Restless Souls, are a much more legitimate threat. Hex and between Hex and oh, you had 6 action points. I could have done something with you last turn. Alright. Talking through games and also playing the games it is trying to do 2 things at once. Alright, so this turn that Crystal Golem needs to die. Can I kill it without taking too much damage? Force Barrier doesn't do that much, but alright. There's one way to re-kill it without taking too much damage. I think that's what I want to do. Soul Reave gives all my champions attack loss of life. You can't actually get in close enough to hit, but I've got the kill. Dictate on you. Get the extra damage. One down. Alright. You are going to go harass these 2. I can't get that globe because of the force barrier. Get a hex on you. Have you fall back. Because I think you're better off. Alright. I think that's good play. Alright. This mid-font battle is going pretty well for me. I think I have the advantage right now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 real champs against 5. But I'm in a... I've got 3 dread sources down on the board, plus Frightful Aura. Where is it? Frightful Aura. So these champs are decently low damage. I've got multiple summons going on kills, which is giving me a lot of advantage building up. Quouar's put out some good champs to try to punch through the damage debuffs. At this point now I can, as long as I've got both of these, I can cycle through hexes, keep the scariest things dealt with. And at this point, I'm pretty sure whatever he sends into this mid-font, I can kill. Yep, that damage debuffing is causing significant issues. Oh no. There's a relic in the mid font. It's a summoned relic, it won't actually hold the font. I don't know if Quouar knows that, but I'm guessing not. Alright. Okay, I think relocate relic to have it hit this one. Works. Nope, it hit this one instead. Okay. Alright, so mid-font's mine now. And I have to decide what to do with it. The answer is... kill some champs. Killing the Silver Clan Protector first, it is the biggest threat. There we go. And now we start dealing with... Alright. Yep, that was... So that's the game. It was pretty much decided at that point. I'm not surprised Quouar surrendered. And that's a good example of how the deck's supposed to work. Get champs together that buff each other and can kill things pretty effectively. The Dread providing just enough of a dampen my opponent's ability to counterattack, have them focusing more on how do I deal with the Dread than how do I deal with the actual champions moving into position and getting kills off. So that's really the fun part of control decks for me, is making my opponent have to think of multiple things at once, and increasing the opportunities for them to make mistakes that I can capitalize on. Hope you enjoyed watching this game, and I will see you next time.